EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First play's a run with Nwangu. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A quick throw by Corral. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run now for Nwangu. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Shaquille Barrett charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll go down at the 28. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. On 3rd down, Corral. Buying time to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game. And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter. Throwing to start the drive. Childress. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Corral on second down. They'll get this to Nwangu. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Third down, Corral. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Third and goal. Here's Corral. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
25 yards that time. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Looking to throw on second down. Childress. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, here's Corral. Over the middle, complete. It's Roberts. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The first down throw here for Corral. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Panthers are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Corral. Steps away to his left. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. Corral here working from the gun. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Yeah, takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Matt Corral keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Childress. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Childress. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Off the bootleg. Childress on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down. Childress. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Childress. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. A give up the middle to Gibson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll run with Gibson, and he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st down, Childress. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Second and 11 now. Operating from the gun, Childress. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
On third down, Childress. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Antonio Gibson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And some room to maneuver. The 20. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 10-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Childress.
He's got Otten on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bucs have cut it back within a score. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
They'll go with a keeper. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Oh, okay.
Hindsight's 20/20.
20/20 and never defeated.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career.
And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
85 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Childress. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly probably had an open route beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The tight end in motion right. On first down, right back to Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
To throw on 2nd down, Childress. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Gibson here running out of the gun. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Childress steps away. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Corral with it, first down here.
That escapes the sack, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Corral looking to pass, 2nd down.
Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Third and long, Corral.
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock,
really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
4 yards remain for second down.
Looking to throw. Childress. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Operating from the gun. Childress. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Childress.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Otten brings it in over the middle. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Childress.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Zerline's kick is up and through, and we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Corral. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Corral. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Childress trying to lay one up deep, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Childress gets this to Gibson, and he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Back to throw. Childress. And this is going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. corral to throw. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown, and forget overtime. Barring a miracle, they're going to win this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Looks good on the extra point. They will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Panthers, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
You